Alright, love and lust. Two things that can be mutual, but at the same time not mutual. You can fall in love with somebody while lusting after them, and you can lust for somebody while in love with them. But in most cases, and this is probably the reason for most marriages, divorces, breakups, is that people just fall in love or fall in love with the wrong thing about a person. And that's what we call, and that's what, in my case, that's what I would call lust. In general, it's just lust is something that can be hidden in love. It's literally in the corner of it. It's like that little silent thing that's just hiding behind like a fence, just peeking through the hole. And you can be so in love with somebody, and you can think that you're so in love with the person that you don't even know in most cases that you're really just in lust with that person, and it's just hidden behind a little fence. Relationships have things they call, what do they call them again? Honeymoon phases, where this is the phase. And the honeymoon phases can last. They're really short sometimes, 6 months, maybe a year. There's some that can even go up to 3 years, 4 years. There's some can even go up to 5 years, where there's literally no problems in that relationship. Everything is good, and like your life in bed, your life in general, everything is good with that person. But then you start to slowly like back up, and you start to slowly realize, and it's not that you're falling out of love with that person. In most cases, it's just that there was something in that person that you had wanted, and now that you had got that thing, you started realizing that you can that you don't need that person anymore, that you don't want that person anymore. And in most cases, that thing is usually lust. After you're lusting after their face, their body, or any type of things with that person that's not based and rooted in matters of the heart. Like, lust isn't something of the heart. It's literally something of your reproductive organ, something of your something that you should not. It's not something that's gonna last long. Lust isn't a last long. It's a long lasting thing. Love is a long lasting thing. Love is something that you're willing to make it work through years and years and years of whatever it is that you have, whatever it is that it takes you and that person to go through. Like in my personal experience, and I'm still young, so I can't even say too much on this, honestly. But when I had my first girlfriend, which was somebody that I dated in senior year of high school, we dated for 3, 4 months, and I don't know, it was around Christmas time and December time, and I immediately sensed that in that month we were like, everything was good, bro. Movies, everything, we were going perfectly. Like there was nothing, we didn't even argue. We were so good. Like you would think, like from the outside looking, you would think we were perfect, and even in the inside looking in, you would think we were perfect. But I honestly realized that in most cases, what happened to me is what has probably happened to thousands of people. And it's just that the lust overtook me and the love that I had for her. The lust was hitting in the love, and I did grow to end up loving her, I think. But when the lust died down, so did my love for her in a way. And I didn't know that I loved her until after I had broken up with her, and it was like 4 months, 5 months, and I was thinking about not the moments we had in lust, but moments we had in love, like the smiles, the happiness, the feeling that she gave me. And it's something that I realized that I had lusted for her before I loved her, and that was the problem. That was the thing. We jumped in too quickly, and then our whole relationship became one thing instead of the thing that it should have been, which was love, and it became the thing that it wasn't supposed to be, which is lust. Lust is a sin. Lust isn't a good thing, honestly. It's something that can force you to do things that you normally wouldn't do. It's something that forces you to make bad decisions, forces you to make horrible decisions. Cultivating something like love, it just requires so much more time than lust does. You can jump into lust in a day, in a week, in a month. Bro, you can meet somebody today, and in an hour you're literally sleeping with them. But and you can say, oh, it's love at first sight. But I don't think there's any such thing as love at first sight. Love is something that's cultivated. I look at somebody and I like their appearance. That doesn't mean I fall in love with the person. I love their appearance. I love it. She's good looking. She has a good face, good nose. I fall in love with her face, but I haven't fallen in love with the person. Love takes way more. I feel like to fall in love, it requires compromise, patience, and just so much more things that you can't force or like you can't rush into it. It happens so long over time. Like I don't think for me to honestly say with all that I know now and all that I've realized, me to honestly say that I truly love somebody, I would have to be with that person for a minimum of a year. And maybe I would say the word before that, but I don't think I would actually mean it until after that year. And that's just the way that the experiences that I have shaped me into thinking of lust and love. And back to just relationship that I had before, like I I don't know. It's something that I love. Like I loved her. I realized that to this day. I still realize that I loved her. But a month after, 2 months after, 3 months after I broke up with her, I wasn't saying that. That only came. That feeling only came 4 months, 5 months when I realized that there was maybe something missing in my life, and it was her. Because for those 3 months that I was with her, those 3 months were probably the best times of my life. Having somebody to be weird with, to be quirky with, to speak to, talk to whenever I had problems, having somebody that I could go to the movies with and not go alone, having somebody that I could be in school with and like talk to and just be around and be chill and be myself without having to worry about anybody else. Like those were feelings somebody that I can be who I am around, you know? And those were feelings that I didn't feel with that I haven't felt with any other person that I have talked to except for her. That's how I know that what I felt with her wasn't lust, it was love. And maybe at the beginning, like I said, it was lust, and I couldn't separate the two. It took me so long for me to realize, for me to fall in love with the person, that the lust had already taken over, and that's the only thing I wanted. I couldn't imagine myself out of the bedroom with her. And it was one thing that was one thing that I regret to this day. I mean, I wouldn't say I regret it because I have no regrets, but it's something that I know that I would have definitely changed if I had the opportunity to change it again. Like the feelings that I have were just full messed up in a way, and I feel bad for her because having one of those feelings. This is another thing. This is another part that people don't understand between the love and lust argument. How it makes the other person feel if they are in love with you. 'Cause she was in love with me, and me breaking up with her, and I heard it from her friends and from people around her. It broke her. It messed her up because she really thought that me and her were gonna be forever. And honestly, I thought so too. Until that last week, where I made that stupid decision, I honestly thought that that was soulmates. Like that was my soulmate. And it's tough that that's how things have to go. It's tough that how things have to flow because we're human beings. Honestly, we make mistakes. That's probably one of my biggest mistakes. It's a mistake that I probably won't make again. It's a mistake that I hope I never make again. But I think it comes from me to something like to grow and learn from it in a way that to this day I haven't been with anybody else. I haven't said that word to anybody else because I just know that that's not what I really mean. And this has been maybe 2 years, 3 years from now, 2 years, 3 years from then. I've just been to myself waiting for the person that I know that I can actually say that word to and mean it. You know, I'm just trying to learn how to be a better human being. Being able to identify those feelings of love and lust are perfect. Is a perfect way to identify that. Like she was experienced. She went into the relationship expecting love, giving love, and wanting love. And I went into the relationship all happy, yitty yitty. I mean, I was in high school, bro. I was just like, I just wanted something, bro. And then it is what it is. I've learned from those mistakes. Those mistakes are never going to be made again, obviously. But it's just learn how to be, be true to yourself. If lust is something that you want, go for it. I'm not gonna stop you. At the end of the day, we're all going to be judged by who we're all going to be judged by. It's just not my business what you want to go for. Just make sure that when you're going for that thing, the other person also knows, or you know to yourself that you what you're going for, and be able to communicate with that with the other person, so it doesn't become something that's not what it's supposed to be. That they don't expect something from you that you can't give to them, you know? But that's just my 2 cents on that whole issue.